Hi, the beautiful souls, and welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Good morning. I had a little glitch with the internet this morning. It took me a minute or two to figure it out, but here I am. So hopefully you find me back here. Hi there, Kayla. Good morning. Here we go. I had a glitch in the internet. I was literally ready to go live, hit live button, and the internet said wait another minute or two because we're gonna adjust ourselves here. So welcome back. Here we are on December 23rd. Wow. It's time is just motoring along. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and I hope that you're all ready to just kind of unwind and bring in the Christmas day with a lot of beautiful energy. And I do hope that you're able to enjoy. Spirit is spiriting. Yes, shy spirit is spiriting. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Whatever, or however you're celebrating the holidays. I hope that you really feel that magic that's all around us. Here we are at the energy update for the week. I will not be here the remainder of the week. It's time for Lana to kind of chill down. I am working on the predictions for 2025, and I am going to give you a little snippet of that this morning as well, because I just feel you all have been so incredibly good to me over the year and good to each other. I thought I'd just give you a little piece of what I already channeled. So predictions. Yes, Elena, I will be doing the predictions video. I'm hoping to have it up by January 1st so that I can let you know what I'm feeling spirit is showing me for the 2025 year. So let's start with this week. How does this week feel? It's a glorious week energetically. So with some up and down. It as I was channeling, I kept hearing this whole wrap it up, wrapping things up, and of course, it goes along with the whole Christmas season. But energetically, it felt with those things that we kind of have floating around, tying up loose ends. Energetically feeling into what we need to let go of. Oh, there's something on my shirt. Feeling into what we need to let go of and wrapping it up. We don't have to wait for the new year. We don't have to wait for our full moon. We don't have to wait for any of that. And kind of moving into how you're feeling. The other thing that came up when I was channeling this morning was, and I'm not sure how you guys are going to feel about it because I took a big breath in myself, taking responsibilities for our lives, for ourselves and how we feel, and digging deep and kind of acknowledging it. We're coming into a time where pushing things without kind of taking a look is not going to serve us very well. And how you look at your wounds shaped you. Now, when we look at what 2024 and all of the learning, honoring what you learned for what it is, recognizing the person that you are. You don't have to change anything right now. It's about a week of kind of recognizing this, how did this affect on me? And it's shaping me. And I'm going to use that shaping. I'm going to use those lessons, not just to help myself heal, but to help other people heal. And there was this slowdown about being patient with ourselves as we navigate through this. So if you're finding that you're stirring up a little bit of energy or emotions within you about what didn't get done this year, about what you wanted to achieve and it didn't happen, or about the learning that you experienced, be patient with the alignment of understanding the process and your learning. And like I always said, like I always say, you were always doing the best from where you were standing. I truly feel that for most of us, we're doing our best with our learning, and we're doing our best from when we're standing, and we're doing our best to navigate that we do struggle with acceptance and nurturing where we are. Sit and let things be. Just let it be. We don't have to fix anything. We don't have to be so hard on ourselves with, I didn't get that, and I didn't get this, and I didn't learn that, and this was really hard. Just sit and let it be. Let it sink in a little bit. Let yourself have some time to process it. Accepting where you are without judgment. Now that is a big one because I think we all, have these thoughts of I didn't do this and I'm not doing that and I haven't accomplished this and this didn't go well. Accepting yourself where you are without judgment. It's a huge part of the week, and it's a huge part I feel of the healing that we're going to be coming into right after Christmas and into 2025. We struggle with not being good enough, not doing enough, not having enough, not having enough. And it's about accepting without judgment. And when Spirit gave me those words, even for myself, there are times where, I can be really hard on myself. That video isn't edited yet, or I haven't done this yet, or I haven't done that yet, or what's the hold up here? Why haven't I accomplished that yet? When we sit with ourselves without judgment, not only do we get a chance to take a look at all of those things that perhaps, aren't serving us, or we didn't accomplish yet, but it also gives us a chance to acknowledge all the great things that you did do. And every single one of us has done our best from where we're standing, has pushed through some hard times this year. We've done a lot of healing work. We've faced things that we didn't think we were facing. And there's a lot of good in that too. There's a lot of strength in that too. There's a lot of that you did accomplish as well. And when you take away the judgment piece, this didn't get done, that didn't get done, I'm still dealing with this. When you take away that judgment piece, it allows all of those great pieces about you, all the great things that you did accomplish, even the teeniest, tiniest moment that was so healing for you, or the smallest step forward, that gets a chance to be acknowledged, because we are so quick to beat ourselves up and judge everything that we do, that we don't give ourselves a chance to look at even the smallest things. And when you look at the energy, the essence of who you are, can you pick one thing out that is so absolutely delicious, that you are so happy and grateful for? Can you just put down the judgment long enough with the lack of what you're viewing with about yourself? Because spirit doesn't see us in the lack. Spirit doesn't see that. Our angels and guides don't see that. Our loved ones in the spirit dimensions don't see that. They see the efforts, and they see the growth, and they see the love, and they see the essence of who we are. And we lose track of that. We lose track of all of that. And it's so easy this time of year to even go deeper into losing track of all that, because Christmas can, not for all, but Christmas can bring up a lot, in the new year, New Year's Eve and all of that can bring up a lot of those lack of worthiness. I didn't do this. I'm not great at that. And with all of that, we miss the parts of us that did grow, that did heal, that did try, that put forward the effort. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you accomplished in 2024, even if it's just one teeny tiny thing. Embrace that. Wrap yourself up and snuggle with it, and nurture that energy. When we nurture that energy, it gives us a creative momentum. We gain momentum. Okay. And it's hard to do, isn't it? It's hard to kind of give ourselves that grace. It's hard to not judge ourselves. It's hard to be so critical. It's really hard. So when we kind of put it all down, and when we kind of like lean into what wounds have shaped me, and I'm going to honor that for what it is. I'm going to recognize the person that I am. I'm going to recognize the great things that I did do too. We kind of put things back into a balance, and it's like, oh yeah, yes, I have a long way to go, but man, I did my best I could, and things are always working out for me, and I'm going forward, even tiniest steps. And if I'm standing still, that's okay too. That's okay too. If you stood still and just observed all year long, that's okay too. Now, I want to talk about our loved ones at Christmas, and then I'm going to scroll up and grab some questions, because I think it's really important that we acknowledge our loved ones, and who have passed over, our friends, our family, our ancestors, our pets. They come home for Christmas. They're here all the time anyway, but they do join us. They are present. They are here. They are celebrating. They are holding us up. They are always around us, but the Christmas energy pulls them in even tighter, and we feel them more. And part of the reason why we feel them more is because we miss them a little bit more at Christmas than we do for the rest of the year, right? We miss them even more at Christmas. They are home, and spirit is relentless on letting us know that. They don't stop reaching out and holding that space and letting us know that they're here. So if you're missing those special people in the spirit dimensions and they're crossing your mind, please know that they are joining you in however you celebrate, not just Christmas, but every single day. The YouTube Zoom that I did on Friday, the evidential mediumship was so incredible with the validation it was so powerful. I was picking my jaw up off the floor during that session, as I always do. Spirit is incredible with the validation and the evidence and the love that they bring. And however, it's Francis, so true. My miss my mom at Christmas. Plus today is her birthday. Aw, and happy birthday to your mom. Happy heavenly birthday to your mom, Fran. And know that they're here. And that is the biggest thing with every single reading I've done for the last several years. It's always, we are here, we're helping, we're cheering, we're supporting, we're holding you up. Sit in that energy rather than the energy of the lack of their physical presence, because they just don't have the physical anymore. Everything else, the relationship continues in a very different way, energetically and connecting and helping and supporting. They're still here. And I think that has been one of the greatest things that I've been able to give people, is that validation that they are here, that they haven't gone anywhere. Now, what helps, there are things that you can do, and be creative. If you want to set them a place at the table, if you want to put out their sweater, or something, a personal item at the table over a chair to help you feel them, or to honor them, that is a great idea too. Or their picture on the table. Whatever it is that you feel that will help you connect to them is perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. And it does bring in that magic just a little bit more. All right, you guys, I am going to scroll up to the top here, and grab some questions. I am working today, so I do have to watch the timelines here. And a little wee sip of my tea. Oh, I almost swallowed a tea bag. That would have been fun and alive. All right. Good morning. Happy to see all you guys here, and Merry Christmas. Dee Dee, I have a question for you today. My little buddy Elvis Yorkie is under the weather, and I don't know if it's psychological or physical. He's upset with me or trying to tell me something. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't feel it's I don't feel it's psychological. I don't feel so. A few things, Judy, is I really feel like I have to keep my eye on him. So I really feel, and that's how the spirit is showing it to me, is I really have to keep an eye on him. I also feel with the physical aspect, I'm feeling my stomach. So did he get into anything, or is he not eating as great? I do feel it's going to pass, as always. If anything changes, please consult your vet. I don't feel terrible though. I just feel like, my stomach just feels a little bit off. So either he got into something, or he's trying to digest something. My stomach feels a little bit off, and I feel like I want to hide. So has he been hiding, Dee Dee? And I'll send some healing there as well. Shy, your predictions for this year were very spot on, for as far as I remember. And you know what, Shy? It was the first time, 2024 was the first time that I went public with my predictions. And I've said this before very recently. I don't know. Am I surprised? I think I'm always surprised, but yeah, they were extremely spot on. Spirit gives me what we need to know always. I just kind of cancel that. I almost exited the live. This is so funny. I'm writing about letting go of things I was identifying as right before the live. Good for you, Shy. Um, Rachel. Hi, everyone. The merriest of Christmas and happy holidays to you. I've got a lot of anxiety at the moment, so this message resonates with me. Hope you have a lovely festive time. Thank you very much, and the same to you. Rachel, you know, anxiety is a norm is very normal. All of us experience anxiety. Every single one of us has some level of anxiety. And I feel that acknowledging it, and rather than burying it, is huge. It's continue to acknowledge it, continue to work through it, continue to kind of like love that part of yourself too. Ooh, it's hard to love the parts of ourselves that we struggle with, right? The hard parts. It's hard to. So being able to kind of talk yourself through that and love that part of you will kind of take away a little bit of the shame, or a little bit of the fear with the anxiety. I'm experiencing it. I am not anxiety. I'm experiencing this, and just kind of navigating your sail through that. Janelle, I'm preparing to move back abroad. I can either stay in my old apartment or move to a new one that's become available. I don't even have to finish reading that. I feel like I've got to take the new one. Any messages from Spirit on what's best? The Spirit see me getting a cat or a dog. So Janelle, I really feel that this new apartment feels really good to me. I also feel like it's kind of weird how the timeline of it. So I don't know why I feel the timeline. Either you weren't going to apply for it, or there's something there with the timeline name of that apartment because it feels very spirit guided. I don't know if apartments are hard to get where you're looking, but there's something there that this apartment was, you were guided to it. Am I getting a cat or a dog? I feel a bit of a pause there. I feel a bit of a pause. But it also feels like a very good idea. Like I feel like this animal's gonna come to you. I feel like it's gonna come to you. I don't feel like you have to seek really. I feel like this animal's gonna come to you. Jules, my oldest son has night terrors. He used to get them frequently, but now it only happens when he's sick. He's mentioned needing to get on the Titanic before. Could he remembering a past life? Jules, that is a really good question. And absolutely, night terrors, not always, but night terrors can connect to past life experience. And it's interesting that he's brought up the Titanic. I would very gently with your son leading the conversation, see what else he's willing to share about that. We're often afraid to have those conversations. Sometimes he just needs to share it and speak it. I'm not sure how old he is, but is get him to draw, get him to kind of like talk about it, and get him to can you share into simple things like can you share with me why the Titanic, those little things. I've seen many kids that were able to give information about their past lives, and it was like so profound. And it's just an acknowledgement. And quite often, as they get older, they do tend to forget a little bit. So being able to journal it is quite helpful. For when he's older, you can share it with him. Jasmine, does my spirit team have any messages? Why I've been on edge? What projects do I have to wrap up? So Jasmine, when I lean in there, I feel like there's too much of a focus on time. I feel like the focus is I haven't done this yet and I haven't done that yet. And I feel like I have to say, breathe through it. I need to get you to kind of like breathe through it. Everything is going to get done when it's meant to. I also feel, I'm just having a listen there, sorry. I also feel like I've got to say, what doesn't get wrapped up will. So, with the whole wrapping things up, take a look at what needs to be kind of put down. Sometimes it's I have to, this is what they're saying. It's okay not to have to finish it right away. You can go back and wrap things up, but it's the energy of getting too caught up in it. Wrapping things up. If this didn't work out for me, great. It did work out for me, great. And kind of being able to put it down, if that makes sense to you there, Jasmine. What do you need to just put down? What needs to kind of be let go? What needs to be kind of finished up? And it might be thoughts. And I feel like it is there, Jasmine, when it's happened to you. So, are you a big overthinker? Can you wrap up those thoughts? I'm just going to, whatever didn't get done, didn't get done. Like this, the thoughts of it for me. I keep going back into your headspace with, so what? Didn't get done. I'm just going to put it down, or I'm going to finish up what really needs to be finished up. It's kind of like taking a look at it in the prioritize energy. I'm just going to prioritize this, and I'm just going to leave that be. Make sense there for you? So I have a random question about what you channeled for me last Friday. You mentioned the writing, especially the book I'm working on, but do you feel it's just the book? I really feel I don't know if it's been so I try I really feel that this book kind of needs your attention. So I don't know if you kind of go in and out of things, start something, don't finish it, or get halfway and don't finish it, or don't think you're good enough and don't want to finish it. But I feel like I've got to say I need put a little bit more into that. So, Shai, have you been writing this for a long time? Because I feel like it's more of, and I also feel there's a series coming with children's books here, and I feel like with this book, I feel it's like that open doorway into a deeper level of creativity, and I just feel like I need to kind of like allow it. There's also a lot of, and I don't know if it's your drawings or someone's going to help you with the drawings, but I just feel like I've got to say, let this just kind of bloom and nurture. Let this give it some time and space. And I feel like I've got to kind of like clear out blocks for you to do this. And I really have to say you're good enough. So I don't know if you struggle with being good enough, who's going to read it, what's it going to look like. And I feel it's like the birth of something. It's like you're giving birth to this, and like this creativity in this book, and there's more coming. And I feel like I have to say with the birthing of it, allow it to kind of happen, allow it to kind of take take its steps, allow it. So I don't know if you're holding yourself back. I keep getting that tether back, and I feel like it's coming from you. So I feel like I have to say, I'm going to untie myself. I'm going to untie that tether, and I'm going to allow it. Whatever happens with it, I'm good with it. Wherever, whoever buys it and reads it, I'm good with it. Wherever this goes, I'm great with it. Give the pen or the keyboard, however you're working, give it over to your spirit guys. Let them help you. And just allow it. I feel it's like the beginning, Shy. I feel it's like, it's just like it's a brand new birthing is how it feels, and it's going to grow in ways that it needs to. All right. Oh, Shy, you added to that. I'm sorry, I just saw that now. Because I write many different ways. I sure journal, but I also write poetry, and I want to feel comfortable writing songs at some point. Oh, I love that. Are these part of it too? I know I do. I feel like you need to allow it to go where it needs to go. I feel like I have to say, if you feel like singing or poet or writing the poetry, allow it to go. But I also feel, Shy, I go back into the energy of that play. I go back into that, like that playful child energy. There's something here that connects to that. And I just feel like I feel like it's a series. So whatever you're feeling pulled or inspired to do now, go with it. And it'll change as it needs to, if that makes sense. Fran, I never beat myself up over not achieving certain ideas. I think it's because I trust divine timing and everything is always working out for me. It's been a long learning curve, but I think I'm there. Celebrate that. Celebrate that, accept it and nurture it now. Sit with where you are and be. Allow that inner level to quiet and allow yourself to grow with that now. Well done, friend. It's been a year of growing, that's for sure. And I think for many of us, sounds like you're saying it's going to be part of my yearly reflection once I'm going to write it. Absolutely. That's definitely what I needed to hear today, said Miranda. I love that. I'm proud of myself for moving to a new place and learning to accept change. That's one thing I'm grateful for. Kayla, I love how you worded that. Beautiful. Sometimes, or something I find interesting about my yearly reflections is that I often seem to achieve all the goals except for one specific one that I've been trying to work on for years now. I get it. And I think what I always do with that, Shy, is anything that I didn't quite get accomplished, I acknowledge it, and I allow it to come with me if it needs to. So if this needs to come with me in 2025, I'm welcome. You're welcome to tag along, and if it's not meant to come with me for 2025, it can hang out here. That's kind of how I kind of look at that. I trust the timing. I never push it. I used to push against it. I don't push against timing anymore. It's more of that allowing space, allowing it, without so much resistance. And whenever I get resistance, I acknowledge it right away. That feels resistant to me. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to push it. Okay. Um, let's see where we go. Tabitha, I wish I could have stayed for the whole meeting, but I was at work. That's okay, Tabitha. There were a few people that couldn't make it. I know the holidays are busy and people have got to work. I'll try to do another Zoom channeling session in the new year. I had a lot of fun. It was so fun, and it was so great to just kind of hang out with everybody, and just kind of get to know each other a little bit more. It was a lot of fun. Um, Goddess of Happiness. Oh dear. Recently I met someone. He has always I'm doing this. Sometimes weird talking to him, but his vibes are so strong. What did the spirit say about him? I think one thing, and everybody that crosses our path is meant to teach us something, and I feel like I have to say, we don't have to pick up other people's point of view. We don't have to pick up other people are entitled to the point of view, and I listen to people's point of view, and if it doesn't resonate with me, that's okay. I don't absorb it. If something does resonate with me, I jump into the more learning with it. So if somebody's point of view doesn't resonate, and if everyone's entitled to their point of view, and we don't not everybody that crosses our path is going to have the same point of view. I've got people that are great friends that are not spiritual, and it's okay. They don't have to be to connect with me. They don't have to attend my events. I don't have to absorb their point of view. That people are entitled, and it's their learning, and we don't have to try and interfere and try and change their perspective. But I do honor my point of view. I do connect with people, and I expect the same back. So if I've got people, I'm just going to use Fran as an example. This is just an example to use as Fran with Fran. So Fran and I can be the best of friends, and we can have two very different spiritual perspectives. And if we have that mutual respect and honoring for each other's opinions, the friendships can be beautiful. And if there is a disrespect towards me, then I have to kind of evaluate that and say, you know what, if we can't respect each other's point of view, then it's time that we kind of go this way. I wish you well, and I'm going this way. But people can have very different perspectives without having to get into the resistance. Not everybody has to share, your thoughts or your spirituality, or the same energy. But as long as there's a mutual respect there, and I have people in my life that what I do is off topic. We're not going to talk about what I do, because there's not an understanding on this side of it. But they love everything else about me. They love everything else about me. So they don't have to understand my channeling, and they don't have to. And I learned that from a person that was very dear to me who passed over. He couldn't get his head wrapped around what I do. Cheered for me, supported me in other ways, but just couldn't get his head wrapped around the dead people part. We just loved everything else about each other, and we just acknowledge each other with mutual respect. And I think that I just kind of need to, goddess of happiness, I need to just kind of say, you don't have to pick up other people's point of view, but as long as there's a respect for your point of view too. People, we all come here for a different experience, every single one of us. So I feel like I have to say, let that sit in that. Is there a mutual respect? Does this person accept your different point of views? And as long as people don't try to change, to kind of force you into changing your belief systems, that's perfectly okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about, I'm just going to turn over here on what I'm going to share with 2025. And then I do have to go. It's 9 o'clock, and we do have to get through our animal book, and I'm going to pull a number or two or three. 2025. So 2025, and I'm only going to give you a snippet because I'm not, number one, I'm not complete. I haven't completed all my channeling yet for the 2025 predictions, but 2025 is a beautiful year of endings. It is a 9. So in numerology, 9 is a year of endings. There is going to be a huge shift. There's going to be a huge spiritual growth. There's going to be a huge eye opening of what needs to end. Now, when we resist endings, they get turned up louder. So when it's going to, and endings don't have to be a bad thing. Endings can be what no longer serves us. Endings, and it's going to be very, very loud. So I feel, things that no longer serve us, there's going to be less fog around that. It's going to be very much gotta let that go, gotta end that. And with endings, when you think about, if it's a year of endings, it's also a year of beginnings. So because when things end, it creates room. We're going to be able to create room, and when we create room, we can plant new seeds. So there's as many things will be ending, we will be giving birth to many new things, and it's a very creative space in 2025. Now, with the endings part, as humans like to go kicking and screaming. So if I was to give you any advice starting off 2025, I would just simply say, whatever needs to go, I'm ready to release it. I'm ready to step back. I'm just, so that I can go forward. Because when we resist endings, we tether ourselves to that, and then it's like wash, rinse, repeat with the same thing. We resist it. We hold on to it. If it needs to go, go. And we don't always understand. We don't always. Okay, why does that have to go? Why does that person have to go? Why does that relationship have to go? Try and get yourself prepared in the headspace, with that allowing what needs to fall away. I'm grateful if it's not meant for me. What needs to end, I'm grateful needs to end, so that you can create the space. We need to create some space, and we truly do, energetically, personally, emotionally. So it's going to be a year of a lot of endings. So with those endings, as things leave, and things are going to leave us in 2025, Spirit has been very clear. And I literally, so when I did some of my predictions and this one came up, I got my singing bowl, lost my word for a second, and I put everything in that I could possibly think about me and about the Hawk and I wrote it all out, and I put it in my singing bowl, and I literally said, here it is. Here it is. What needs to go? What needs to go here? Because I'm like ready to giddy up and grow more. So whatever needs to go from my experience, here it is. Right? With love, I am so okay with that. It has own I'm surrendering it. I truly am. For me, I am going to surrender what needs to be let go of and what needs to end. Big leap of trust. Right, so because there's things in that singing bowl, there were things in that singing bowl that I love dearly. There are things in that singing bowl that I really love dearly, but if it's served its purpose, it's time. Right, I need to make room. So that is just one thing that I've done so far with what spirit has shown me with the year of the endings. And I think some of that stuff in the singing bowl, because when I took a peek in and I thought, I already can feel what needs to go. I already know what needs to go because I can feel it coming. Right. You just know. When your spidey senses are like, that needs to go, that needs to change, that person needs to go this way. When you can feel it, but we don't want to acknowledge it. Right. So how many of you, let's just do a little test here. How many of you, as I talk about the year of the endings, how many of you already have that? Oh, I know what's going. I know what's leaving. How many of you have already had that awareness as I'm talking about it? Yeah, intuition. So intuition is also going to be part of our spiritual growth. I feel like a lot of people are going to be rising at a higher salmon bar. Up the salmon bar we go. The salmon bar with more of that intuitive piece. So when you feel into that, we are coming into that. It's time to listen more. So as things end, our listening, our tune up in our ears is going to be quite amplified with what needs to go. I will share the rest in my video for 2025. I haven't filmed it yet. I also don't feel like I don't feel complete yet with the closing of the door. Spirit will close the door when they're done giving me what I need to know, and they haven't done that yet. So I need to sit a little bit more. We're supposed to get some snow here in Kitchener. I'm hoping that we not too much. They're saying 5 to 15. I'm hoping we get a nice good dusting so that not too much to affect travel for Christmas, but enough for me to go to the forest and just kind of play in the snow and do a little bit more channeling with the predictions. Okay, you guys. Brad, hi dear Lana. Would love to get a message from my dad. Oh, Brad, bless you. Brad, Dad just literally leaned into a little bit of like a flashback of the year you've had, and he's really like complimenting you and like giving you that good job kind of feeling. You've done a lot this year that you have a lot to be proud of, and that's what he's acknowledging. He's also kind of lifting off this whole hard on yourself. I feel like you've gotten better with that, and he's really proud of that. He's also reflecting, but he's showing like a photo album. So I don't know if you've been looking through photos or a photo album has come out, but he's like reflecting on a lot of good times, and he's holding that energy and kind of like wrapping you in it. So I don't know if you've kind of like been going through a lot of the what ifs or this or like he's like, no, it's all about all of the amazing things and the amazing energy, and it's also about the current timeline. So you've done a lot of really great things this year, and he's holding you in that proud. All right, guys, let's do the numbers first. Let's see what numbers we need. Let's set some intentions. What numbers do we need to wrap up here? 485. The angels are helping you change, improve, and heal your career and financial life so that you're in line for your highest good. Love it. Let's do another one. 290. Your divine life purpose is source's will, and it is good right now for you to focus your time and energy upon your purpose. One more. One more. I can't put it down yet. I felt like we were gonna do three, and that feels right to me. 531. Stay positive about the changes you're making or thinking of making, because the idea to make these changes is divinely guided. So the idea, I like that. So when you think about the idea of making changes, I love this. Let's pick this apart. You know, when you get that idea, I think I need to change that. You're channeling it. So, right. So that's what that number is saying. You're channeling it. So, spirit does give us, the information on what needs to change. That needs to change. You are channeling that. So, learning to trust that or sitting a little bit more with that. I think I'm going to sit a little bit more with that. I think I'm going to sit. What needs to change? What am I hearing? I love that, because when you think about, wrapping things up, and what we talked about with 2025 coming in, what needs to change? Wow, that was pretty cool. All right, you guys set some intentions. Oh, there you are. It's a bit longer today. I don't think I've ever taken this long to stop at a page. All right, Spirit, let's go. The song is going to go through your head when I say the word kookaburra. Remember the kookaburra sits in the old oak trees? Okay, I'll save you the rest of the song. To manifest your dreams, stay centered, maintain your focus and determination, and let nothing distract you. Be compassionate. You don't be fooled by anyone who acts casual or lighthearted when you sense that they're covering up something or other unpleasant feelings. The best way to overcome your fear is to face it and do whatever you need to in order to accomplish your objective. Take a break from your worries and cares by participating in something that makes you laugh out loud. You're spending too much time daydreaming and fantasizing rather than taking steps forward towards manifesting your actual dreams or visions. I don't think I've ever pulled a kookaburra. I don't think I've ever pulled it. I'm just kind of going back to my. I don't think we've ever pulled it. So I find that fascinating. That this is the last live I'm probably going to do. I might peek on in between the holidays, between Christmas and New Year's. But I find it fascinating that came up. Wow, I love it. Okay, guys, I know there's a lot of questions that I didn't get to. I did my best to get to as many. Oh, Brad, I was looking at photo albums yesterday. That is validation for you, Brad, that dad is with you. That is the magic. That Brad, thanks for validating that for me. So I feel that what I talked about with spirit coming home for Christmas, that is exactly what I'm talking about. They are here. They're with us. They're here always, but they'll be home for Christmas. Like that's they come here for Christmas. Right. And I think, I think that's why I loved so much my trip to Mexico for Day of the Dead was, that whole holiday over there. They really honor that coming home. They're home. They're here. They're always here. They don't wait until a specific timeline or holiday. They're always here, but that just is validation. They're always here. um I'm just having another listen. I just want to take a moment to really thank each and every one of you for always being here, for cheering for the Hawk and I, for supporting each other. It's the group that follows us here on the YouTube channel. The support for everyone is just so profound. We grew again. We're bigger. This community is bigger than what it was this time last year, and I love that. I love that. We have new people, and people are supporting each other, and I love how you guys um cheer for me and cheer for each other. It's just been a delicious year, and I am so grateful for every single one of you, for every moment that we have hung out, for everything that all the space that we've held. It's been glorious, and I am so grateful, and I am so honored to be here with all of you. And some of you I've got to meet this year. I've got to meet some of you. I've got to meet some of you in my travel. I got to meet some of you in person. I got to meet some of you online. I got to meet so many of you, and it fills my heart. So I hope you know how much you all mean to me and to this community here. Um, because I love you. I truly do love you. We've become like family, right? We've become like this virtual family, and it's just so exciting and so awesome. And I look forward to learning together in 2025 because we do learn together. This is about you too. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings. Have a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday. I will try and tap in. I'm kind of lifting off um expectations. I'm lifting that off myself for like having, not that I ever have to show up, but you know what I mean, like a scheduled or a promise to show up. I'm just going to lift that off of me for the next couple days because I really feel I need to. I just need to hit the ground, hit the nature, hit the trees. I feel like I just need to. I was at a farm over the weekend, and it really came up for me there. I went to visit, just to have a visit with a friend, and it turned into what I need to do. And I was a horse told me what I needed to do. I need to over the next week or so just to kind of like no expectations, nothing in the calendar, see where I go, just kind of like go with the snow, just kind of that's where I'm going to be. So if I can pop in, I will. And if I can't, I'm okay with that. I love you as always. Love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided week. Love you guys.